Okay, so just started working on a video series of a steam shower I did about 6 months ago, I think it was. Working on it there. And the first part is going to be about the tile sealing. I actually going to show in the video, as you'll see, that it's just the studs. And I put up the curdy board, and I actually have several videos on how to install the curdy board, and I will link those in the description below. There's no point doing it again in this video. So this first part is actually going to be about the sealing, and then there'll be different parts, installing the mud for the shower floor, the bench seat, etc., etc. And it'll be a series of videos. And then once they're all done and uploaded, at the very end, I will link them all together, so it'll be one long or possibly two long videos. But right now I'm just doing one section at a time, so you guys can check it out if you like. And always, always don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments in the comments section. Thanks a lot. Okay, so got a master bathroom to do here. Steam shower with a slope ceiling. So I'm going to put all the curdy board up here. It's going to be a bench seat over here. 12 by 24 on a tile. 16 by 30 on the walls. So this is a tile for the ceiling, and this is the tile for the shower walls. Okay, so I got all the curdy board up. So I have several videos that show exactly how to do this, and I'll put a link in the description below. Okay, so this is the tile. It's going on the ceiling. Okay, so Schluter says that you have to use an unmodified thinset to set your tile on the curdy board. And most of the time I actually do that. I always use an unmodified thinset to set all my tile. But this is glass tile that I'm putting on the ceiling, and glass tile requires the use of a high polymer content thinset, so you get a good adhesion of the tile to the substrate. Now this goes against what Schluter says as far as what kind of thinset you're supposed to use. So here I'm actually using Tech Superflex, which is a very high polymer content thinset. It's a good thinset for setting glass tile, and I'm going against Schluter's recommendation, but I feel it's alright because the tiles are very small, and the thinset will be able to dry out because there's only a small area under the tile that is not exposed to air. So if you're going to do this, you're going to set glass tile to Schluter, I would suggest you contact them and get an okay from them before you actually do it, because here I'm actually going against their recommendation and setting it with the polymer modified thinset. But again, it's a mosaic tile, and it will dry, in my opinion, quite quickly, and it won't be a problem. So this is actually a steam shower. So what that means is that the waterproofing has to be much more stringent than it would be for just a regular shower. The steam can penetrate into the cavities of the wall much more than just regular water. So the perm rating of the substrate you're using has to be adequate for steam showers. You can't just put up, say, like a cement backer board and tile it and expect there to be no penetration of moisture into the wall cavity. You have to actually make sure that you get something that's adequate for a steam shower. Schluter Curdy board is actually rated for steam in a residential setting. If this were a continuous functioning steam shower, then you would have to use Curdy DS, which is a thicker membrane. But for a residential setting, Curdy board is actually fine. A lot of other membranes and liquid membranes are not, so you got to be very careful. Okay, so here I'm using a piece of Curdy board to lift the tile into place so that I can set the entire sheet into the thinset all at once. And the reason I do this is because if you try and do it by hand, the sheet is folding and flopping down, and you get one corner in, and as you try and lift it, it pulls. It's very difficult to get it to set as just by hand and pushing it into place. This way you can get the whole sheet to contact the thinset all at once, and it will stay up that way. And then I use a float to press it in and rub it into the thinset so you get good contact, and the sheet won't come off the ceiling that way. But the key is to use a flat piece of either a piece of plywood or a piece of Curdy board or whatever substance, whatever you've got on hand, to bring the sheet flat up to the ceiling and not try and place it as it's flopping around. Now on this sheet, you'll see me rubbing the sheet with the float. Normally on this glass mosaic tile, on the regular mesh that they have, you wouldn't want to rub it. You just want to push it in, because rubbing it would actually move the tile. But the mesh on this is very tight, and the glass is actually very rigid on this particular tile. So the tiles don't actually move; they're kind of tight together. Okay, so that's the ceiling. So next, with the tar paper and the wire down and install the drain.